I hope you're doing well today. My name is Bree. I'm 24, and I am on a growth journey to become the best version of myself. Recognizing my inner child as a part of me has changed my outlook on life drastically. So it's taught me to be more gentle to myself and more comforting on this journey that I'm on, because shaming myself into discipline isn't something that I wanted to do, or it didn't really feel right. Being gentle and comforting is a more sustainable way to reach your goals. We're all just babies. We're all just babies grown up into a world we don't understand. It's important to be a parent to your inner child. It's important to be a good parent to your inner child, a calm and a patient parent, a teaching and a rewarding parent, instead of being a harsh and you need to do this and you should do that and you are a failure. Like, no, that's not how we do things around here. When I say parenting myself, I mean there are certain things, especially when you're independent, there are certain things that you have to boss up and you have to do. If you don't do it, it will not get done, and you have to recognize that. And I still very much rely on my family for things and questions and answers and help, of course. But when you are on your own, you have to step up and you have to do certain things, because again, if no one does them, it will not get done. And you realize that very, very quickly. And regardless of the relationship you had with your parents, whether it was good or if it was bad, I know a lot of people have trauma with their childhood and how they were raised, and we see how that plays out. But it's important to recognize that even the relationship you had with them, it should not influence the relationship you have with yourself, because you are the only person in your life. Truly, you are the only person that you are going to be with 100% of the time. So you have to create an inner world that works for you. Regardless of your external, regardless of your outer world, you have to find a place within that helps you more than harms you, even if you did experience that growing up. Recognizing that your parents are people and they're not perfect. It's their first time being a parent. It's their first time experiencing life as it is. It's their first time maybe not even breaking patterns, maybe not even breaking cycles, not recognizing that they're in a cycle, not recognizing that they're in patterns that they can break, repeating things that they have saw or that they grew up with. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see people beating their children and stuff like that, because they grew up that way. That was the standard for discipline. So they discipline their child that way until, we learn all of these other ways to, gentle parent, you know what I'm saying? But they're people, they fought their own battles. They might be fighting their own battles, fighting their own demons, and might not even recognize it and inflict that on you, project that onto you as a child. Yeah, it's their first time doing this in this lifetime, and they're learning, and we're all learning, and we're all doing it as we go. I try not to be hard on myself for not getting it right. I used to be very, very, very hard on myself, very frustrated about external problems. And of course, I still get frustrated. Of course, I still have my frustrations. Of course, I still have things to complain about and things I have to vent about and get out. And I feel like that is healthy in the life that we live, because it's crazy out here. It really, really, truly is crazy out here. But again, tying into that gentle part, just being gentle for not getting it right the first time, because there is no guidebook to this life. There is no rule book. There is no direct path that you can follow and be like, yes, if you do this, you'll get here. If you do this, you'll do this. If you do this, you'll be this. It's like, it varies for everybody. It differs for everybody. Everybody has different life factors. Everybody has different journeys. So what works for one person might not work for you, and vice versa. Life is hard. They were not lying when I heard that growing up. Life is hard. Don't make it harder on yourself by being hard on yourself. We all make mistakes, right? We learn as we go. However, there is a fine line between making mistakes and making it into your behavior, making it into a pattern. And that's where we don't excuse it. That's where the parenting comes in. That's where we set boundaries to stop those patterns from happening, to stop those cycles from happening. Because once you're aware, once you experience something and you don't learn from it, that's the mistake. That is where your parent has to come in and be like, hey, take accountability for your actions. What didn't you recognize? What were the signs that you did not see? And take that into account. And we move on. We learn. We become stricter. We set boundaries. We don't people please anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't give into what we used to give into because we recognize it. Again, life is very cyclical. People are very cyclical. People are pattern based. It will keep repeating if you do not cut it off. Just let it go. There is always better. There is always better ways to be better. There are always better experiences. There are always better people. There are always better versions of you living a more fulfilling life. Keep in mind, like, we're in a space where we are so connected to so many different people that we run into so many different personalities, so many different people in one lifetime that we have probably never done before, thanks to social media. So there might be a lot of BS that you encounter. I'm learning how to navigate through the BS. I'm learning how to recognize the patterns to avoid getting into those situations all the time. And that's what I have learned from just parenting myself, from being strict, there's a difference between being strict and being harsh. You don't have to be harsh. You don't have to be like, no, you did this, you're dumb. Why did you do this? Why didn't you see this? Why didn't you notice? Hey, you didn't at the time. But now that you're reflecting back on it, you notice. And if there's something you don't like and it pops up again, because it inevitably will in another person, in another situation, you're gonna run into problems. The problems do not stop. It's about how you react to said problems. It's about how you react to the things you recognize that you don't like. It's about how you move through those situations. It's important to be gentle. It's important to be like, hey, I didn't recognize this. I didn't see this the first time, but now I know. And now when a situation like that comes up again, I know better. And I'll do better. And I am better because of it. How would I have known if I hadn't experienced it, right? Like, you just imagine yourself in your dream space, in your ideal space, and imagine yourself making those mistakes in those spaces. Aren't you glad that you learned it now so you can get to that place that you want to be? Even if it was bad, it taught you what not to accept. It taught you what is wrong. It taught you what does not resonate. It taught you so many things about life if you just recognize it. But that's all. So I want to thank you for watching this video, and I want to thank you for sticking around. I'm going to continue to show up here. I hope you continue to show up, if not for me, then for yourself, please. And remember to be gentle and be kind. And if you want to connect more, I am on Instagram. You can follow along with my modeling journey. That is an avenue, that is a world that gives me joy. So you can find me on there. But other than that, I want to thank you so much again, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.